Yeah, I'm in, but funny enough, I can't see myself anymore. And
We
you
can see
only
you.
you that, yes. And to you as
Hi,
Carolina.
everybody.
Hi, Elsa.
Hello.
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 Hi, Carol. Hello, Yaku.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Hi.
How are
Hello.
you all doing? Who's recording? Is somebody already recording this call?
You must record.
Looks
Oh,
like
no, it looks like it is recording. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's looking like
Wow.
it's recording already. It's recording automatically.
Wow.
Hello, good
Got it really
evening,
clever.
everybody. It's very exciting to be back, and yes, we still have to get a little bit more back in the mode. I just went through all my stuff again, but it was really a very how can I say, opening up your mind and your creativity, and yeah, super exciting event. And yeah, so I mean, these guys just are super amazing, and we're really going to try to give you a good feedback. There's a lot of little details that I need to still work through, because as I just said, you know, it's 3 days of information, but all I can just say to you, we are on track. We are doing a lot of things right already. So that is very nice to have that confirmation, that, you know, a lot of the things that they are doing, we are already doing. We can just really fine tune a couple of things. So I'm really super excited about 2019. I was excited before I left, but I'm even more excited. I'm going to mute everybody so that we don't have background noise. I hope all of you can hear clearly. I'm going to share my screen now, and just get to honest feedback. Let's take it right up to the first slide. Okay, so Herbalife really doesn't do anything small. We started out with the Friday. A lot of people still flew in the morning, so this is just a couple of pictures from the evening when they, you know, welcomed us all, and with a beautiful light and sound show. We did share some of that on some videos with you guys, and definitely on Wednesday night I will put that into a presentation. It's just so absolutely beautiful. So those of you that can make it, and we also will Zoom the guys from around the country into that, because I definitely are planning to, you know, try and share some specifics on Wednesday evening. So tonight we definitely are going to try to just give you an overview of what we got in the event. And so, as I say, you know, we were spoiled with food and drinks, and the weather there is humid and warm. It was quite funny to come back to this rainy, cold weather in Cape Town, but we feel very blessed for the rain, and so super excited. So I'm going to hand over to my business. Ace, are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. I'm going to hand over to you to start off with the first couple of slides, with, you know, that really giving us confidence with what's happening in the company. And, okay, so this is actually the wrong one. So the first one would be this one. Sorry, I have it the wrong way around. So maybe you want to start there with some of the figures from the previous year and really the tailwinds that we have in place. So over to you.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome for the new people listening to us for the first time or recently joined the business. We just came back from Singapore and the President Summit, and maybe you can speak to your mentors about what the President Summit is all about. But you know, when these event comes up, this is just to give you that solidness in this company, and this is when you know they bring out everything and the big guns, the whole world gets together, and everybody just sharing whatever is happening in the markets. But Michael O. Johnson is now back as the CEO of the company, and he was actually as serious as can come. He says
Ace, you've muted yourself.
How did I do that?
I don't know.
Okay, so Michael O. Johnson, he comes from a very a background with Disney, which is a large company, and he says all of a sudden some of his friends, who's very wealthy and financial stable, but they're looking at Herbalife now when they see the kind of income and the monies that some of these members are now generating. Is just incredible. Okay, he's actually talking about two guys who phones him up every now and then and ask him, what do they do now? What should I do now? He says, just go to the meeting and, just get all the information there. But as you can see, what he said there was 70% we were about 3,000 people from around the world, some of the top leaders in the company. And he said 70% of the people sitting in that room did better than last year, which is incredible. As you can see, that very first slide and top left-hand corner, it's a little bit blurry, but you've got all those markets that are the percentage are up. 37 markets, 65% retention. And this is one big thing that's also came through is the retention that is now happening. People are staying longer in the business because of the method of the way we build the business now. People are staying longer in the business. There's a couple of slides, it's a little bit blurry, and they spoke about trends. Now, when they talk about tailwinds, that is when there's an aircraft going and there's a tailwind from the back. And I've got some figures here of the tailwinds that they're talking about. And one of them are obviously your weight management, then the aging population, and then health cost, and also your sports nutrition. So if you've got a pen and paper with you, I'm just going to touch on a couple of those things. And if you look at the weight management worldwide, for instance, it's $16.1 billion industry, and the Herbalife has only got 19.7% of that industry. So they're talking about, if you're talking about a tailwind, that's a tailwind, because if you look at that number, we haven't even started. And then we look at the health and wellness. Now that's a big thing, but it's a very broad sector in the market. That's almost $100 billion strong, but we have only got 1.5% of that. And that is what we do, and that is what we are good in, is the health and wellness. And we only got 1.5%. Now, if that is what makes the company very excited of the possibilities that's still available, new products that's coming out, God, you cannot believe what's going to happen. So we only got 1.5% of that. And then they were talking about the sports industry, and that is also huge. They're busy working on a new Herbalife 24 sports bar, which is now really a sports nutrition bar. And if you look at the market there, it's 14.08 billion. And Herbalife with our 24 range, which is in the health magazines in London, there's a couple of the products that were rated #1, and we have only got 0.5% of that market. So that tailwind they're talking about is just unbelievable. And then the big thing that they also mentioned, if you look at the slide in the left-hand corner there, is health cost. Now, if they spoke about the baby boomers, that is now your people between, I think they were the 55 to 65, 70. Now, that is the baby boomers. That were the bunch of people that were born just after World War II. And if you look at that slide on the left-hand side in the bottom, 70% of problems or challenges that people have health-wise, it's actually because of choices and society and wrong choices they make in food and that kind of thing. So that is pretty big. And that is also one of those tailwinds that we're talking about that we can actually benefit from as a company. Very excited about the weekend. That was just incredible what the company has come up with, and the technology that the Dr. Aganobi right on the right top there, he was talking about the technology, and they're looking at our Go Herbalife website or ordering platform, and they want to make it bigger than Amazon. Now, Amazon is, I think, the biggest company in the world right now. So if we look at technology, and that is what they're working on big time. And I'm very excited for especially the youngsters coming in, and they are very clued up with technology and all these kind of things. It's just going to be incredible. And there on the left, you can see the wellness industry, the 98 billion. And the only how can I say, what we've got on the rest of the products that's available is we speak for a product. We come with the product, which is very important. And that's where they put in the left-hand corner at the bottom there, the distributor difference. And that is where we come in. And that is very exciting to actually get confidence in all these areas where there's huge potential for growth still, but we are the people who's going to talk about that. So very exciting. Isn't it? Another slide, Elsa.
I'm coming.
Very exciting stuff. And most of the people that came up, the new founder circles, new presidents, team members, everybody's got something in common. And that is one thing. And write this down. It's all about numbers. How many people did you share your story with? And with how many people did you tell the company story? And that is it.
Okay. I'm going to take over here on the next slide. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
And then just one thing. No,
more. You've got another slide to do.
Dennis Piller says this quickly. He says to break a habit takes 21 days. Very important, especially for people who wants to go on a weight management program. 21 days. That's why our 30-day challenges are going to be very, very important going forward. Okay, Elsa.
Okay, thank you. And 30 days to keep them, to get them to break that habit. Okay, so I want to touch on a lot of them. We're talking about different ways of challenges. And this is why I said to you guys, I think we've got a lot of things right already. One thing that I see is that a lot of people that are doing challenges are running 2 or 3 different types of challenges. So they're getting their customers to make a 30-day commitment, but that they give them 3 categories. So maybe the one is just eating clean, changing your breakfast. The one might be, just some weight management. And the third one might be somebody that's really serious. They want to do that body transformation. So that is something that I want to really work with the team, that we bring that into our challenges. We've got some tweaking to do. As I say, is a lot of things that we are doing right already. There's a lot of great tips that we can learn from them. They have an amazing website in the UK that they are using. They also bring in customer days. So there's a couple of things that I think we can really work on around our challenges that I really loved. So what he's just really saying is what Ace just said. It's more than just a challenge. And that it is really about getting people to get into new habits and to stick with getting results, as well as keeping people around so that eventually they do get the results and become members. So I really enjoyed the training, and there were 3-4 different people in this category that were talking. One of them had brought in a culinary topic where they have cooking classes, and it's basically a shake party with a difference. But what they do is they have cooking classes where they're teaching their customers on preparing healthy foods and foods not just shakes, but different foods like pancakes and waffles and muffins and all kinds of different foods that they can make with the Herbalife program or Herbalife products. So that it's not just becoming a breakfast, it also becomes a lunch and a dinner. And so I thought that they really had some great ideas around that. So we as a team, I will sit with the leaders and we will make some, bring that into some ideas for the team. At the bottom left, there is also some of the clubs that were bringing in teas with a different high energy teas where they combined thermo and lift off, and so there was really great ideas. And the big thing that just they brought in, or that Danny brought in, is to understand that the challenge is just there as a tool in the process of building your business. And that one of the things that is also very important is to create a clear flow so that your team has something that's fairly easy to duplicate. So I really enjoyed his training. And then one of the guys that started off, I think on Saturday, was really, I've lost the, no, we had no Saturday training. The second day is one of the leaders from America that really was talking about all the strong people that has been leaders or mentors to him. And the three people that he lifted out was Leon Weisbein and the O'Connells. I don't know if the older distributors will remember the O'Connells that really got this whole very clear plan. They called it a house plan, so that people found it very easy to understand their business, but also very good tracking tool to see where your business is. So this was something that throughout the weekend was very, very clear that a lot of people were talking about finding your flow, being clear about your message out to your team, to understand that you need to build your business frontline and finding new people. And the key that Leon gave was that he goes and he builds a Get Team line. And once he's got a Get Team line, he goes out and builds another Get Team line. And then he goes out and gets another Get Team line. That he continues to put himself into a Get Team mind frame. And then Amitabh Cohen said to him, whatever goal it is that you're going for, you want to go for a royalty 50% bigger than your goal. So this was something that's also, you think that you want to go for active supervisor, you need 2,500 points. Go for 3,000 or 3,500 points, because then you will get your 2,500 points. So what he's just saying is raise your game, raise your goal 50% higher than what you actually want to achieve, then you will get to your goal. So that was very good. And so, some really great tips on, so the one at the bottom there, you can see the 10 steps for new distributors, what they need to do, so the really simple ideas for you to activate your team. The next one is their 10-point system for a 90-day plan. And this is, as I say, from different distributors. And so I want to still go and sort of put those ideas really together and have a simple plan that we want to duplicate for our team. One of the ladies did an amazing training on social media, and so we also want to do a specific Zoom call with some of the guys that's really good with social media, so that we can get better results out of social media. And then another lady that did an amazing training. I can vergeet. I think if I open it up, she's one of the Fit Couples frontline, very strong stars, just gone. She's got 80,000 in royalties, 80,000 in royalties. So that means she's president's team times 8, and in 5 years is now also gone Chairman's Club, and very much working online, but very strongly with different groups in her, how she breaks up her groups, her WhatsApp and her training groups, so that everybody gets covered. So she breaks it up into a customer chat, better me, customer chat. Then she takes it maybe to a group that's a little bit more serious, that's in a weight loss challenge. Then she takes it to distributor chat. Then she takes it to a supervisor chat. Then to an active supervisor chat. Heavy hitters chat is everybody that does more than 7,500 volume points a month. They also have a 5,000, everybody that achieves 5,000 points, a press team talk, and then for the leaders, a talk. So at every level, everybody gets fed. And these guys, I mean, as I say, they just really movers and shakers. It was amazing to see the team from Disney and Jorge on the stage, you know, on so many different levels. So yeah, guys, this guy and his wife really blew us away with what they're doing. He did an amazing training. For 30 minutes he was on stage, and he didn't even have slides. He just really spoke from his heart about what he is doing in the business and how they're building their business. So much to learn from him. We have this summary, so I'm just going to touch on a couple of things. We will also, obviously, we will load this presentation on the Facebook page, so you all will have access to this training, and most of you already have these pointers from him. But I think one of the first things the key things for me that stood out is that he said it was his own job to do Go President's Team. It wasn't up to his second or third or fourth line. He wanted to go President's Team as he signed up. As a brand new member, while he was sleeping on the couch of his parents with no money, they traveled from a different country to go and live in a new area. They didn't know anybody. They didn't speak the language. They had no extra money. His wife was pregnant with their first baby. They really started with nothing but big dreams. And I think the one thing is that you can learn from these people is work habit. Oh my word, they definitely have raised the game for the Herbalife company worldwide. That this is a new pin. Anything above 100K has never existed. And one of the things they said, they are taking responsibility for their own business, and that they had the focus on building their President's Team qualification in their first line, and that they wanted to take personal responsibility for it and not say my team. If it is to be, it's up to me. I have to build it. So you need a solid strategy to get customers and distributors, and you need a solid strategy to get them producing, activated and growing and retaining them. That means that all of those chats. So obviously what the previous slide that I showed you was his duplication within his team, different chats for different people, and also not forcing people that's not really interested in the business, like not forcing a customer to be a business builder, you know, and keeping them in their happy place until they show that they are a mover and shaker. So you need a solid strategy to develop them and to become better distributors, be online or offline. And if you don't have all three, then what do you need to refine? So that's really the big thing. The key indicators is the numbers of supervisors you have in your first three levels. How many new supervisors are you bringing in every month in your three levels? Are you gaining people? Because the big thing that we need to understand is that yearly we lose some people. And if you're not getting enough new blood, new people in, you are building your business backwards. So it's important that you have good stats, and that you know exactly, what is happening in your team, understanding your numbers, understanding the average volume in your team. So that once you know that and you know what your average volume is, you can exactly work out what it is that you need to achieve. So, so it's really not that difficult once you clear what your goal is. You can help people, but the people that do little do not really want to go for more, and it's no point in forcing them. So the big thing you want to understand is that 80% of your time must go to the 20% of people that really want to move and that want to do the business. And you will know who they are. They will be talking to you all the time. They will be calling you. They will be, you know, sometimes in the beginning you will think, oh my word, this person just doesn't stop. But that is your mover and shaker. So you will know who they are, and that's where you need to spend your time. They must do at least 2,500 to 4,000 minimum total volume points themselves. And then they must be actively recruiting people and be going for higher production and higher recruiting. So what you really want to do is you want to keep on hunting for those leaders, those people that are builders, that want to go, that's serious, that you can see that is serious, and then polishing them up to be diamonds. So that is the big thing. You need the leaders, and for you to find the leaders, you need to do enough numbers. You're not going to find them with 2 or 3 new people a month. Your minimum number has to be 10 a month and more. So, and just to look at the numbers, these guys did 4 million volume points in a period of not even 6 years, just over 6 years. And we worked out the average personal volume per month is more than 50,000. I'm sorry if I make you a bit nauseous with numbers. So, and then we had this gala dinner that was very, very special. And especially for me, when I met at the bottom here, beautiful, they spoil you, and Angela bought a whole table with a whole table of her press team around the table. So I shared with all our new president's team at this event. It was amazing. And obviously at the top there, I'm with Paco Perez. He was the first person that worked for Mark Hughes in the warehouse in 1980 when he opened up Herbalife. So it was a very special to meet him there. So one day when you get to this event, make sure that you try to get, well, I would like to invite all my presidents to be on a table around, and I will pay. So would that be a deal? I want to make a whole table of our team, president's team, and I'll pay the bill. As Angela paid $6,000 to get us there. And then I met this. It was such a special event for me. I always tell the story that we were basically about a year in the business, and at this event Gary de Brabander was talking, and it always touches my heart when he tells the story of how he used to have to carry his little girl to school because he couldn't afford the bus fare. And so he was driving her in his Rolls Royce to this event. And he said, isn't it nice? Yeah, I can drive you with a Rolls. I don't have to carry you anymore. And she just said, Dad, as long as I'm with you, I actually don't mind whether you're carrying me or whether we're driving in a fancy car. And I was in tears because my little kids are all small. Oh, I every time get emotional. And that was the moment that I decided Herbalife is our vehicle. I wanted to have the time. Woo! Sorry. And so here was Jenny and this little girl. I met her there. We took a picture. It was so special. I invited her on Facebook and shared the story. So this is what you can get when you go to these events. Unfortunately, the time is very, very little now. I think Ace, if you don't mind, I'm just going to finish up here. This promotions for next year is amazing. Stefan Graziani shared just, his journey over the years, how technology has changed. And the big thing that we really want to focus on is protecting the golden goose. And especially now when we have these people moving so fast, that we really want to always protect Herbalife and do the right thing at all times. And that Mark Hughes was always so good to keep, that we must know we're building this business with integrity, that we're out there to really change people's lives, and that we really want to bring them value, and that we keep that in mind all the time, that we want to look after this amazing company that gives us so much freedom and ability to love and change people's lives with great nutrition and a wonderful business that can change their lives completely. And so next year, I know that it sounds crazy, especially for a whole lot of new people, but this is the first time, because the company's been getting 40 years, that they're inviting, it doesn't matter even if you're a GET team, if you build 5 lines of active world team, you can come to this event in LA next year. So this is going to be very, very special. I'm going to share all those details of next year's honors very, very soon. And so in closing, on Wednesday evening, we have our honest feedback meeting. We will definitely go into some detail on the specific things that I think is important for us to bring into the business. The pricing, a price increase, most of you got the email. It's 2.9%, guys, for the first time in 2 years. It's really nothing. And so you can use this as something that could bring you momentum. It's up to you. For some customers, maybe you don't even want to tell them there's a price increase. It's so small, they're not going to even pick it up when you add 2 or 3 products. But you decide what you want to do, whether you want to say to them, listen, order your stock now. You can maybe order 1 or 2 extra shakes, because we're going to have a very small price increase. So it's important that you put it out in a very positive way. Wow, isn't it great? It's only a 2.9% increase, but maybe you want to get your extra bars or extra PDM or whatever they're using, so you can use it as a promotion. And then this promotion is going to only be repeated. This is the last 3 months, March, April, and May. So make sure that you do get the guys that want to go for this. But as we say, we don't want to build a business for blenders. We want to build a business that's going to give us financial freedom. And so, yes, we're all going to the LDW. Make sure that you've got your tickets. And then this promotion is continuing. We are very, very excited. This is something that originally came from the Fit Couple. So as I say, we're on track. We're going to add 1 more level to this, and I will send that out to everybody tomorrow. Okay, Ace, do you want to just add one, sort of last feeling about Honors Evening that stood out for you? Unfortunately, I flew out the previous day. Do you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, that was very, very special, because we had 4 South Africans in the bonuses. Karen Smith, Chris and Jean Thompson, Mark and Jenny Fonsanger, and then obviously Sean and Simon Lewis. It was very, very special for them to actually be part of this bonus. It's just incredible. Sean showed me his check, but I'm not going to mention it, but it was unbelievable. So, 300 tables with 10 chairs per table. And there was just, you get treated like you cannot believe. And the only thing I can say now is don't miss the next BBS. You got to be there, because we had all the new President's team members. We're going to have Isaiah in Cape Town. She's now, she first leg 15K. Oh, my goodness. Second leg now. Oh, my goodness. And you guys, this is what it's all about. It's the excitement. If you're not excited, go to these events so somebody else can give you a little bit of inspiration to get excited, because that is what you want to do. And this is, write this down. You're going to have to become attractive. People join attractive people, not like in face look, but you want to be attractive to tell the story about what's happening and what the possibilities are. I'm very excited. I'm going to be at the BBS on Saturday, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in this year. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. Okay, so before this thing cuts me off, thank you to everybody that joined us tonight. I hope we could give you a little bit of our excitement. And so, as I said, it's the only limitation you can have is your own imagination. And that is the one thing, and you are completely in charge, or it's up to you to make this business work for you, getting new people. But let's go out and make some more people healthier and happier, and just find everybody that you bring into your business, find their happy place. That's the one thing that stood out for me a lot. Not everybody wants to become the President's team, but those guys that really want to, let's help them. Those of you that are serious, we are very, very serious. that 2019 is going to be a year for a lot of you guys to change your pins. And so those of you that's ready to work, we are ready to work with you. And let's do this thing. I hope to see a lot of you on Wednesday night. And
One more,
let's
one
make
more.
it happen.
One more.
Thank you.
One more. They say you must have a look at behaviors. How do people behave? Look at behaviors, and then you can take them from there.
Okay, dokes. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. I will unmute you. Okay. Unmute all. I'm going to put it in.
Bye, guys. Thank you for
Bye,
inviting.
everybody.
Bye. Cheers, cheers. Bye.
Yes, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Elsa. Thank you.
See.
Goodbye.
Bye. Hey. I'm going to do a call with you guys, a special call with you guys, Howie, because there's a lot of stuff that we want to just fine tune a little bit. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Bye.